Hey guys, it's Lady Ethne here, and today I'm doing something a little different. So I did talk about this earlier in my Halloween announcement video, but I participated in Inktober 2022. However, I didn't follow the official prompt, because I didn't want to, and I just thought, hey, why not draw just a bunch of Genshin Impact characters for 31 days straight? And so that's exactly what I did, because their character designs are gorgeous and I'm obsessed anyway. So yeah, I drew 31 Genshin Impact characters. Well, a little more than 31, but we'll get to that later. And so yeah, I'm going to share this with you guys. Now the thing is, I have done Inktober before. I've done it twice actually, and the first time I did Inktober, I made a video about it. However, it is unlisted and it is awful, so it will never face the internet. The second time I did Inktober, I tried making a video about it, but my phone decided to just die on me. Everything went wrong, and so I didn't make a video about Inktober 2021. But now I actually have a good mic, for one, and two, I have a decent camera. It's not great, but it'll work for what I'm using it for. So yeah, I drew 31 Genshin Impact characters. Okay, so for day one, I did Venti, and he's dressed up in his little elemental spirit outfit. And if you couldn't tell already, Venti is my favorite Genshin character. Well, my favorite character just in general at the moment. And I knew if I didn't draw him first, I would just be drawing Venti for like 31 days straight. Which I did see some people do, but like, I don't think that'd be a very interesting video. Yes, a Venti fangirl just draws him for 31 days straight. I could probably pull it off, I want to experiment a little more. I'm not really happy with his hair though, it could have been a little better. Okay, and then for day two, I drew Aether and Lumine. Now, I thought it'd be weird if I put them into separate days, so I just drew them in the same day. So yeah, I drew Aether and Lumine. I do kind of wish their hair stood a bit out though. For the third, I drew Klee, and she is just adorable, and she is probably my second favorite character in the game. Well, second favorite female character, really, because I love her, and she's a 9-year-old with bombs by one. I love her. Okay, moving on. Day 4, I did Noelle, and I had a good colored ink pen to color in her hair, but I didn't know it would be good for her hair, so I didn't use it, and now I feel dumb. But anyway, this is Noelle. It's our little maid. So, moving on. I forgot about this. I drew Tignari because I am a Tignari lover. I love him so much, and he's so cute. And I drew him a little embarrassed because we never see him like that in the game. He's always sassy and snarky, but I decided to draw him a little embarrassed for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm happy that the blush doesn't look awful. Okay. Moving on from Tignari, on October 6th, I drew Xiangling, and it doesn't show up very well, but I also drew Guoba. And Xiangling has been in my party since forever, basically, and she's my favorite pyro unit in the game right now. I may get Klee in the future, and I just got Bennett when I rolled on Nahida's banner, but at the moment she is definitely my favorite pyro support. Okay, and then moving on from Xiangling, I drew Jean because I lost the 50-50 on Kazuha's banner, and I didn't even care who I got. I just rolled once for kicks and giggles, and I'm like, oh, I got Jean. And I had since abused her until I got Venti when he got reran in October. So I had to draw her because of how many times I've abused her in the past. But then I dumped her for Venti, so yeah. Okay, October 8th, I drew Yaimiko, and this one's actually my favorite in terms of how it came out. Like, very satisfied with the sketch and the inking. I think she looks very pretty in this. And in case anybody's wondering, no, I didn't draw the Raiden Shogun or Zhongli. Or Zhongli, I can't pronounce his name. But I did draw her. So yeah. Then for October 9th, I drew Xingqiu because it was his birthday. And I love Xingqiu so much. He is definitely my favorite Hydro unit in the game. And just like Jean and Zhongling, I can't pronounce anything today. I'm sorry. I have overused him in the game so much. So definitely my favorite Hydro unit, and happy birthday to him. So for October 10th, I drew Diona, and I'm gonna be honest, at first I did not care about Diona, but I then got her in my party, and I just added her because I wanted to use a cryo unit that wasn't Kaya, no offense Kaya. And I just used her, and I came to really enjoy her as a unit. And then I did her story quest, and she is a cute little tsundere cat. And so I love her now. She's one of my favorite characters now. So moving on from Diona, October 11th, I drew Child. Another one I'm more pleased on how the inking turned out. I don't really know why I drew him on a cliff. I think it was just because I was sitting somewhere dangling my feet when I drew this. So, oh yeah, there's Child. And in case anyone is wondering, yes, I do love Child. I like him a lot. So, October 12th, I drew Yoimiya because I knew my brother would be very angry if I didn't draw her, so I just got it out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually pretty happy with how the inking turned out, but the sketch itself looks bad. I can't draw Yoimiya's hair to save my life, and her little bow thingy in the back looks absolutely terrible. For inking, pretty good, but for drawing, no. Okay. And then for the 13th, I drew Nahida because she is my second favorite Archon. I love her so much, and I can't wait to do her story quest once I actually get to Sumeru. I'm about to head to Inazuma. But here's the thing. I didn't know that her birthday was going to be the 27th. So I would have definitely drawn her on the 27th, but I didn't know her birthday was going to be then. I don't think anybody did. So that's why she's not being drawn on her birthday, unlike some other October birthdays we shall see in a little bit. Okay, for October 14th, I drew our main man, Kaya. Okay, for character-wise, he's probably my favorite of the starting characters you get. And I love him as a character, and yes, I'm also a Kaya fan. I love him. And I think he's better than Diluc. So, yeah. There's Kaya. For October 15th, I drew our second animo boy, Haijo. And I love him so much. He kind of reminded me of Fukase with the first time I saw him. And I really wish I had him in my party, but I have some really good animo characters. So now I just want him just to have him. Because as soon as I saw his demo, I'm like, yes, I need him. But I don't have him, sadly. But I will say, I did mess up his pants. They look horrendous. Okay. For October 16th, I drew not Lin. This isn't Lin, guys, I promise. I drew Mika, who looks very similar to Lin. And I just thought it'd be fun to draw him in a Lin costume because I think every Vocaloid fan who saw Mika for the first time was like, is that Lin? They look exactly the same, and it only got worse when the new Animo girl was announced and it's Hatsune Miku, because they look exactly the same. So yeah, here's Mika, and I did the same thing for the next day. I drew Nilou in an Azura cosplay. I made an entire video about this, but Nilou reminds me so much of Azura from Fire Emblem Fates, and I love Azura to bits. And so I thought it'd be fun to draw Nilou in her outfit. I haven't actually played the Sumeru story quest, so I don't know anything about Nilou, but I like her design. Okay, so moving on, Lisa. Now, I'm proud of the sketch. I'm proud I didn't mess up the hands too badly, but good lord. This stinking page just killed my purple pen. So yeah. For the 19th, I drew Seiyu because it was her birthday. Now, in my defense, for being lazy and just covering her up with a blanket, I was going to school and I couldn't have my phone, so I couldn't look at a reference. So instead, I was just like, I will draw her head, I will draw her tail, but then I will just cover her up with a blanket and just ink it all later. So, yeah, I drew Seiyu because it was her birthday. So happy birthday to Seiyu. Okay, next is Ganyu, because I knew a lot of people would be mad if I didn't draw her. So, surprisingly, this didn't kill my black ink pen, but I do wish the black could have been a bit less, like, hidden away, because it doesn't really contrast good with the blue. And also, I didn't write this, but thank you to my friend, my bestie, who drew the goat, because I can't draw small animals. So yeah, here is Ganyu. Okay, for the 21st, I drew Sucrose because I love her as a character, and I didn't realize till after I'd inked this, but if she's pouring this into that and it's already full, it's gonna overflow. But I was too stupid to not realize that. I wish her outfit could have been a bit less messy, but other than that, I like this one a bit. Okay, moving on. Oh boy. This, not gonna lie, is my least favorite Inktober drawing that I've done. No offense to Ito, but this was just the worst. After drawing so many cute girls and pretty boys, the second you give me the beefy character, I can't do it. I just massacred our boy. I just massacred him. He looks awful and the inking is a mess. I am so sorry to any Ito fans out there, me included. I love our little himbo boy, but just this wasn't it. Okay, compared to Ito, Chongyun was a breeze. He was so easy and just cute to draw. And I'm really proud of how the inking turned out. He's not my favorite character, but I do like him a lot. I like our little ice cream boy. Okay, moving on from Chongyun. Thoma. Okay, I like the sketch I did, but the inking is kind of a mess. No, it's not the worst, which was probably Ito, but I love Thoma. He was the pyro unit I used the most until I got Zhangling. And I know I'm mispronouncing every word ever, and I'm sorry. But yeah, I drew Thoma for day 24. For day 25, I drew Eula because it was her birthday. The posing in the hands were like a nightmare to do. But the inking was pretty easy, though it did turn out a bit messy. If anybody has any inking tips, please just tell me. I like taking constructive criticism, so if you have any tips, please let me know, because a lot of the inking in this is just really messy. Okay. And then for October 26th, I drew Ayato and Ayaka, and as you can tell, I messed up the inking on Ayaka, and she looks way madder than she was supposed to be, but I just left it as is. If you can't tell, he poked a straw through his boba and spilled it everywhere. So, yeah. And this was originally just going to be Ayato, but I thought it'd be funny if we threw in Ayaka as well. Get the siblings together. Okay. Then for October 27th, I drew Zhao to complete the Animo boys, because I didn't know Scaramouche was going to be an Animo boy. But yeah, I drew Zhao, and I like the sketch I did, because we always see a ton of angsty Zhao fan art, which is fair considering his backstory. But I barely see any happy Zhao fan art, and he's happy when he's eating his favorite foods, so I just let him eat his almond tofu, and he's a happy boy now. And the inking, I will admit, is kind of a mess, especially the purple, but it was dying from the Lisa picture, so yeah. Moving on from Zhao is Bennett. Oh boy, I have some explaining to do. So I didn't know what to draw Bennett doing, and I asked my siblings, which is a terrible idea, and they said draw him in a froggy hoodie, so I just drew him in a froggy hoodie. So yeah, I was too lazy to draw his outfit. So here's Bennett in a froggy hoodie for no reason. Okay. I feel like I have to explain, but at the same time I feel like I don't have to explain. But I drew Kazuha on his birthday for obvious reasons. And, well, I guess Xiao wasn't the last animo boy, but I had to draw Kazuha on his birthday. And I just was like, yes, draw him as a cat. Because Kazuha is a lot of people's favorite characters, so I thought it'd be fun to, like, make him the cat boy out of any of these Inktober drawings. So, yeah, here is Catboy Kazuha. Okay, so I was originally going to draw Official in like a different pose and everything, but then I thought, wait, what if we drew her in World Is Mine, the Vocaloid song? So I drew her doing the World Is Mine pose and screaming the first line, and if I messed up the Romanji, I'm sorry. I like what I did with the drawing, but the ink is really just a mess here. Okay, and then for the 31st, I drew Hu Tao. When I first got done with this, I'm like, oh, the inking's a mess, but now looking back, it's not too bad, though it definitely could be cleaned up. But I'm really proud of the pose I got for her because it was just simple to draw and really fun. I'm proud of the hands. I'm just really happy with how those turned out. So yeah, here is Hu Tao for the 31st. Now, even though this is technically the last drawing, I have 2 left. The first one, which I actually did during Inktober, is Carmen, aka the Unknown Bard, aka Venti's dead friend. Now, a lot of people are maybe like, Ethne, if he doesn't have a name, why is his name Carmen? Well, a lot of people have just fan named him Carmen because Venti's constellation name is Carmen Dei, and I looked it up and the name Carmen means like poetry or song, and because the Unknown Bard was a bard who sings, I thought it'd fit him. So this is Carmen, and I'm proud of the posing, and I'm proud that I didn't actually mess up his hair. And I think this one turned out pretty decently. Definitely not my best though. So yeah, and we have one more that I didn't do in Inktober, but I just feel the need to share. So guess who changed her OC for the 1,000,000th time? That's right, I did. So, well, not the 1,000,000th. I know a lot of gacha tubers like change their OCs quite often, but I just changed mine again, even though I changed her fairly recently. And she's the same as my old OC, except I changed the dress. Like the hair, the crown, and the shoes are the same, but I decided to change the dress to make it a bit more casual, to make it easier to edit in gacha. So, yeah. That was Inktober 2022. Now, sadly, this is the final Spoopy Month video, because it's no longer Spoopy Month as much as I want it to be. However, we must move on from the spookies, and I don't really know how to end this video, so bye.